2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Here we are at the Genesis Invitational, one of the top events each year on the schedule. Today's coverage is about to start. Pleased you could join us for this first round action. Welcome to Hollywood and Los Angeles. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam, and we're here at one of the great golf courses on the PGA Tour, the Riviera Country Club. Oh, what about this place?
Well, you said one of the great. No, Luke. This is the best course that they play on tour all year long. By a country mile. This is my favorite golf course from the moment I park my car in the parking lot and I walk into the men's locker room. I see the old faces, old friends. I get to walk along the wall of champions, the pictures, Ben Hogan, all the iconic winners around this famed club. I can't get enough of it. I am the happiest I've ever been when I set foot here, and when I leave, I'm so sad. I love this golf course, everything about it. There's not a easy, straightforward shot out there. The opening hole is the easiest one, but after that, put on your boots because it is about to get difficult. I find that all the players love this iconic venue, and that's why it brings out the best.
Everyone comes to Hollywood with a dream. What's your dream? Oh, I've got those special chills up the spine. I know today's going to be a beauty. Let's get into it. Playing from around 210 yards here. Looks to be going with the 5-iron. Oh, stop it. What a shot. Just 10 feet to the cup here. Wow, talk about an opening statement. An eagle on the first hole, Rich.
Cannot imagine a better way to start their round off with an opening eagle.
We know that Riviera starts with a 5-4, but it may as well be a 4-5 because the par 4 second is tougher than the par 5 first.
I've never seen a golf course where you're so happy to start off birdie bogey. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. The second hole, pretty straight away off the tee shot. The second shot moves a little bit from left to right, back up the hill. There is some space on the right-hand side to miss your second shot up by the green, but there's no guarantees that it'll kick hard enough right to left to get back on the green. It's a sensational second hole.
And what are we looking at with their approach shot, Rich? Because really that's all the challenge here on this par 4 second.
It's an uphill shot, Luke, with a large mound to the right that you can land it on and have it kick back on the green. There's no guarantees that it will. If it stays over there, especially up on top of the mound, well, now you've got all kinds of issues with your third shot. It's a really difficult second shot to find this green in 2 that is long and narrow.
An opportunity for a birdie here. Oh, how about that one? Currently at -3 for the round.
Gotta like it, moving up the leaderboard, never a bad thing.
Pacific Palisades in California, the site of Riviera, the third hole, par 4. Elevated tee shot.
And a fairly generous fairway, a little bit more room out to the left than what players can see off the tee shot. Second shot is going to be downhill to a green that basically chases away from the player,
going from the front portion of it all the way to the back. Difficult to get your second shot close here.
Absolutely tattooed that drive. John, give us an update. What's shaking?
Hey guys, we are checking in with Lexi Thompson as she gets set for her next shot here on the 14th.
Oh, I like the look of this. Yes! What a putt. And that will move her to 7 under. Time for the second shot into the third. Well, this one's going right at the flag. Oh, that's a lovely looking shot into birdie range here at the third.
Looks good.
The putt drops, and that's back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
And now 4 under for the tournament. So many wonderful holes at the George Thomas designed Riviera Country Club. This par 3 fourth has to be one of them.
This is a spectacular par 3. Ideally, players want to hit a tee shot that moves significantly from right to left and moving with the contour of the green. If they can do that, then they've got an opportunity to hit it really close. If they challenge the pin off the tee shot, well, it could come up short in that bunker, and that is a massive no-no.
John, you're down there. What's happening?
I'm over on the 17th now, guys. This is Tony Finau's next shot.
Well, that'll help you move up the leaderboard, and that will take him to 6 under. All right, facing a little up and down here to save the par. Wow, that almost went in the hole. That's almost a gimme. Great chip.
Such soft hands.
Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. Rich, the PGA Tour is basically a power game these days, although the 5th here at Riviera forces players just to hold off the tee.
The fairway does run out about 310 yards off the tee, and players not necessarily going to hit driver here. They have to be mindful that the fairway pitches significantly from right to left on their tee shot. From there, they're hitting their second shots downhill again to a green that chases away from them front to back. Again, a simple looking second shot, but a difficult one to get close.
Nice shot that. That should find the surface. Outstanding shot. High quality. Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt. Good stroke. Yeah, nice mid-range birdie putt, that one.
This player is putting for fun.
Nicely played. Moving on up the leaderboard now after that hole. The par 3 6th is unique in the fact that there's a bunker that sits right in the centre of the green here, Rich. These days, a modern architect would probably be shot for designing a hole like this, but we look at it as a masterpiece.
What an incredible design this is. And it really just takes this green and it makes it into a section of 4. The back right, the front left, and back left, they all have their unique features to it, and that all is due to the simple fact that that bunker, which is tiny, minuscule, almost not even there, it basically shapes that green into the 4 quadrants. It is just an amazing design.
Well, it's time to head back down to the fairways. John, what's up, mate?
Hey guys, we're checking in with Xander Schauffele as he gets set for his next shot here on the 12th.
Gee, that'll keep the momentum rolling, Rich.
All over the parking lot, but a chip in for par saves the day.
Our current leader is up by 3 shots. Let's head to the par 4 7th at the Riv. Again, it's a par 4 that requires placement of the tee.
The fairway bunker down the left-hand side comes in quicker than you can imagine, and so players want to try and hit it out towards the far right part of it. But again, you push it a little bit, and now the barranca comes into play. If you find the fairway, happy days. This green is probably one of the most severe tilted from back to front. Players need to make sure their second shots land past this hole in order for it to come back down towards the hole. You will have a downhill putt, but it's better than coming up short.
Anywhere up on that dance floor would be nice.
Nicely done.
And a chance for a spot in the top 20 on the leaderboard. And racking up their 5th birdie of the day. And with that, he'll move to 7 under. Incredible. Our leader is enjoying a 3-stroke advantage. The par 4 8th at Riviera is a choose your own adventure. Which fairway do you like to take?
I think most players are going to try and go down the left-hand side, as it seems to be the easier of the two these days. However, where they stick that flagstick, well, that's a different question. If they stick it up front right, the left-hand side of the fairway, that's not the easiest approach. So better be mindful of where that flagstick is in order to pick which side of the fairway you want to drive it down.
What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up from about 100 yards.
Oh, what a gorgeous looking shot that is, Rich. Well, that's well played into birdie range here at the 8th. Five feet coming up to the cup.
He's staring down a birdie putt here. This is looking solid, what they wanted.
Gee, that's good playing. 6 birdies in a round. And with that, he'll move to 8 under par. Awesome play. And this player's moving up on the leaderboard after that hole. The final hole on the outward half is a par 4 playing back up towards the clubhouse, Rich. That's a good par 4.
Only the big hitters are going to be able to carry that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Most players are going to try and avoid it and even miss it the fairway out to the right-hand side, which is not a bad miss. From there, the second shot is directly uphill. Deep, deep bunkers on the front right part of this. That is not the place to miss it. Anything that's a little bit long will leave you a downhill putt, but that's the safe play.
This is looking pretty good in the air. This is some ball striking. Hitting greens in regulation, it's a thing of beauty.
It's amazing to see how good this player is in full flow.
Trailing by 6 shots after that hole. All right, as we head for home at the Riviera Country Club, is there a hole that's talked about more than the short par 4 10th?
No, not at all. And what a hole it is. It's changed a lot over the years. This green is actually reminds me of something you would see at Pinehurst. There's no flat spots on it. It either is downhill or uphill. That's it. Players most likely will take driver or fairway wood and try and leave themselves just on the front left portion of this green. That's the most ideal spot they can hit it, no matter where they put the flagstick. However, hitting it there is nearly impossible. A keen short game is absolute necessity to make birdie here.
What an opportunity to make a birdie. You finished your work on that hole. Let's take a look at the next one. Rich, always like going back and looking at T-Dub and some of the magnificent stuff he delivers.
Those always come in handy. Completely unexpected, but welcome nonetheless.
Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. The par 5 11th, one of the better scoring holes on the course. Players are thinking 4 when they stand on this tee.
It's just a long straightaway par 5, almost a runway, if you like. Both sides of this fairway flanked by huge eucalyptus trees, which frames this tee shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must avoid that bunker front right at all costs. That is deep and nasty. You're not going to enjoy being in there.
Yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you? Here we have the second shot into the 11th. Going with a 3-wood here. This one's going right at the pin here. Well, that's certainly showcasing all their talents there. That's impressive.
2 big hits there, knocking it on this par 5 and 2.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Straight back up this hill. Can be firm here.
Okay, steady now. And they'll tap this in for birdie. He finds himself in a share of 7th.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
When you stand on the 12th tee, Rich, you're thinking to yourself, oh, a couple of strong back-to-back par 4s, and it starts right here.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult, Luke. This tee shot moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus trees down the right-hand side prevent you from hitting a high draw over them. Once you're in the fairway, though, your second shot is to a green that's really not as big as it should be for such a long hole. And there's a famous tree just short and left of this green, Bogey's tree. Not because of the score, because Humphrey Bogart used to sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
Well, this one's right at the pin. Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it. This putt to move into the top 5 on the leaderboard. And down it goes. Step aside, gents. This man's marching into the top 5. Let's head to the last hole for this wonderful highlight.
Oh, check this out, showing us how it's done from the sand. Extravagant effort there by Schauffele.
So after that effort, this is what the leaderboard looks like. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. Next up is a par 4. Always a stern test.
It's really cool. This tee shot is framed by large eucalyptus trees, both right and left, requires a draw. Nothing else to do. You have to move this golf ball from right to left off this tee. If you do it correctly, well, that golf ball could chase down there miles down this fairway. You find the fairway down there, you're going to love the second shot. The difficulty gets when the pin is all the way back left in this little peninsula. You miss it a little bit left there, you're going to find the barranca, and you're probably going to find a bogey or worse.
Going with the 8-iron here. This one looks to be heading towards the green. Oh, that's a great shot and sets up a birdie look here at the 13th. Ooh, right by the hole. Putting for par. Oh, Rich, is there anything more disappointing setting up what you'd think is a makeable birdie putt, but unfortunately not able to convert? He finds himself currently tied for 5th. The 14th, Rich, I know it's dear to your heart, the par 3. You made an ace there in tournament history, won a car. How do you tell the players to play it?
Hit a 7-iron, a high little draw 7-iron, and 2 hop it right in the hole, Luke. That's what I suggest. That makes it easy.
Well, good looking shot here. That's headed towards the green. Outstanding approach shot. And this putt to move into 2nd spot on the leaderboard, or at least a share of it. Yeah, we'll take that. Trailing by a couple of strokes now. This 15th hole, a very strong par 4, Rich. Challenging, to say the least.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a low middle section and a high section on the right-hand side, and you never have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
From about 130 yards here, just 2 shots behind.
This one's got eyes for the flagstick.
Terrific shot into the 15th and a chance for birdie. This putt here to get to 14 under the card.
This for back-to-back birdies. Oh, that was such a good stroke.
Always nice to hold those for a birdie.
Back-to-back birdies moving the right direction there, Luke.
He currently sits in third position. The 16th hole, short par 3, Rich, but really good if he can get it close.
It's an island green, if you can believe that. It's surrounded by bunkers. I think this is another one of the all-time great designs. It's only about 160 yards, Luke, but the whole green is surrounded by bunkers. Everything feeds towards the center and the front of this green once it gets on there. I just think this is a magnificent design. If you hit it in any one of those bunkers, making a par will be nearly impossible.
Let's take a look back at this just moments ago.
This is how you do it 7 days a week.
That has to go down as one of the shots of the day. And how did that shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. As we head back up the hill towards the clubhouse, we're faced with the par 5 17th, a long, strong par 5.
At all costs, do not hit it in that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. Anywhere to the left, even in the rough left, is just fine. From there, your next shot should be laid up out to the right-hand side. Third shot, straight back up the hill with some kind of wedge. It can be an easy birdie if you get the distance on your third shot spot on. If you get it wrong, however, you could have some issues.
Time for the second shot at the 17th.
That dog will hunt.
Good chance this one, right on 6 feet.
These are on rails, looking good.
For eagle. So, still currently in the lead after that hole, but Tiger Woods is lurking in second place. And we head to the famous finishing hole at Riviera, the 18th, Rich, a really good par 4.
That it is. Fairway tilts significantly from left to right. There's a palm tree up top near the green. That is the line of sight off this tee shot. You find the fairway, second shot is going to be back up the hill to a green that, funny enough, runs away from you. It doesn't tilt back toward you, it runs away from you. So your second shot has got to come in high and soft with plenty of spin if you want to get it close.
Great looking shot this. That was special. Just a 4-footer remaining. And that'll be all she wrote today. Well played.